YouTube, and welcome to a bit of a different video. Basically, someone requested me quite a while ago to show you my Pokemon cards and all of my binders. So I figured I'd get them all out. As you can tell, there is a lot. And see what sort of cards we've got inside. So we're going to start with the Zardy Boy. The reason being is because in this folder, it's a bit miscellaneous, so it's not necessarily Pokemon, it's a mix of other sets as well. So we can open it and see what we got. As you can see, the inside detail of the Charizard and the Pikachu are really lovely. So we got some, I don't really know what these are. Again, a lot of stuff I buy from Whatnot, I don't understand what half of it is, but they're like stamps with postcards. So I got Ratatouille and Winnie the Pooh. And this series, I believe, is Card Fun. It's like a, I don't want to say Chinese or Japanese, but it's one of those two types of companies that make Disney cards. And then there's also Wise Schwartz as well. I only have a couple of these. There are a couple that I want to try and get, which is why there are gaps. There's that one. And then I believe this is the same company, but this is specifically just for Winnie the Pooh. So I believe the really rare ones are these because you only get one in a case or a box, so to speak. So I got June, and then the QR Piglet is one of my favorites as well. And then you've got, I believe these are what you would call like refractors or like the reverses of the Pokemon world. They're basically see-through, which is quite cool. And then these are all like the base cards. So I'm not going to show you every single one of them, but they're basically cards from the series itself, so screenshots. And then a couple more there. And then we go on to the Miscellaneous, which is literally just a mix of a lot of different things. So these are all my Loki cards. Very kindly, people have donated some to me, and I've bought some off of Whatnot as well. Again, I don't know much about the sets. I just know that they're all Loki, and I think that's the most important thing. And then I've got just a random Legolas as well, because why not? And then these cards are known as what I believe is like art cards, and they're specifically from Magic the Gathering. So I don't know anything about Magic the Gathering, but I absolutely adore the artwork on these. Like, I think I wanted some because of the animal ones, so the ones that look like this. And then I just went on to the website and just kind of bought all the ones I thought were cute looking. So there's a couple more up there as well. And then, again, Magic the Gathering, but these ones specifically are to do with, I like to call seasons. I think they're called something else. But basically, it's spring, summer, autumn, and winter. And it's different scenarios of like, so you got island, and then you got swamp. Then you've got the mountain and the forest. But as you can see, they're little animals with different sceneries, pretty much. That is the end of the Miscellaneous folder. Now we're going to move on to the yellow folder. Now in this folder, to be honest, most of it is bulk near the front. So what I'm going to do is find the section that I want to show you. Now I know V's aren't that popular now, but I have quite a fair few of them, to be honest. These were mainly used in the Sword and Shield era, so these have now been replaced by EXs in the Scarlet and Violet era. Most of these don't really hold value. It's primarily just the cards of specific Pokemon. Potentially promos may hold a bit more value than others, but the V cards themselves, they don't really tend, like the EXs, unless they're playable, it tends to be that most of these cards don't really hold any value. I think, for example, like that's a promo, so that Glaceon might be worth a lot, but those two might not be. Again, I don't know values of cards. I don't plan on selling any of them, so I haven't really looked any of that information up. But as you can see, we are still going. There's a lot of these. I don't even have them all. I ended up, like, obviously, whichever ones I got, I kept. We're coming near the end now. We're coming near the end. It's nearly done. We're nearly done on the V cards. So that is all of the V cards. So a bit of bulk over here, but I've got my HatFilms cards. They are not in order. They have not been organised. And again, these are specifically cards that are only really going to make any sense to anyone who's seen HatFilms. So I would say maybe just the ones that may be a bit more obvious, quite like the Pancake Day videos, they're always good. Birthday challenges or the birthday videos are very good. I don't think there's any need to explain what they are, so let's just crack on with that. Someone who I traded with actually drew the What You See card because I didn't have it originally. So that was very nice of them. Again, just a lot of niche memes that are not going to make any sense to anybody, again, unless you've actually watched the channel. Stunt Lads with GTA. And people know what GTA is, so there you go, that's good. Car vlog is self-explanatory. It's a vlog and a car, easy peasy. Wine or cheese, I can't explain that one. Never mind, don't worry about that one. Don't worry about that. That's all bulk over there, so we can just ignore that. But a couple more, and then I got the What You See. So the first one was when it was rarer. That was like the second or third edition of the cards. I can't remember, there's too many editions. There's like 3, I think. But yeah, lots of niche references. That's Pokemon, so that's a good one. That's easy enough, and those ones there, so I thought I would show you those. Just bulk in that one, so that is the end of the yellow folder. Next we're going to go with the dark blue folder, and in these, from memory, are mainly holos. Now I don't remember the last time I actually properly organised these, so you will have to bear with me if they are a little bit disorganised. As you may have noticed, potentially if you've got a good eye for detail, I have gone in rainbow colour. So if you haven't noticed already, I've gone in the colour of the rainbow. So red, yellow, pink, green, orange, purple, blue, and then the rest of them are like blacks and silvers at the end and stuff. Don't ask me why I've done that. I don't know. I just like the way it looks. Additionally as well, if you have very, very good eyes, I have also gone in HP. So I've gone from highest to lowest. So they're not in set order. They're completely mixed up. But the yellow borders, again, are primarily from, I believe, Sun and Moon era and Sword and Shield. Obviously, I could be wrong. Maybe some are from XY that I'm not aware of. But also, I don't believe I collected very much XY or Black or White or anything prior to that. So chances are these are mainly Sun and Moon and Sword and Shield. But again, lots of beautiful holos in here. I don't really know if I have a favourite. I really love that Politoed. I think the artwork on that is very pretty. I'll do a few close-ups in between of some of my favourite cards near the end, just so you can see like what some of them look like and the different designs, because they all look different. All different designs from different eras have different artwork on them and different colours, which always look very nice. If you're very lucky with a holo, you may get a swirl in it. That does put the value up if you were planning to sell. Again, I'm not a reseller, so wouldn't know. This is a bit miscellaneous. So these are McDonald's promos here. And then I believe that these two are Cracked Ice. These two are from the holiday calendar. We've got a few that are stamped promos. This is Trick or Trade. Much more Trick or Trade. I didn't buy too many Trick or Trades, but a little bit. Got some Pokemon Go. I can never remember what these are called. I believe they're like league stamp ones. Basically, you can get similar cards with the same artwork, but if it's got that stamp on it, it puts the price up. That is literally what it is. I can't, is that Celebrations? I believe these are Celebrations, which was a Sword and Shield set, I believe, could be wrong. And again, he's not supposed to be there and he's not supposed to be there. It's fine. I haven't done enough organising. It's all good. And these ones are Silver Border, which primarily are Scarlet and Violet era. So again, these are going to be mix of promos. Actually, I think they're all promos, because I think the other holos are all kept away elsewhere. Because obviously, if I had to show all my promos off, I'd have probably way too many. So yeah, so again, these two are McDonald's. I'm going to call these League Stamp because I can't remember what they're called. Trick or Trade, that was like an Iono holo. I'm not too sure. I don't even know if it's holo. I can't see it. Oh, it is holo. It's just very hard to see. And then very kindly, I was gifted that one, which is Pokemon Horizons, which is very pretty. We've now got the VMAXs. I don't know why the VMAXs aren't with the Vs. I think it's primarily because, again, they don't really fit in here. But again, we've got some quite rare ones, like the Charizard. I know the VMAXs, because these are Evolving Skies, they tend to sell quite well. So all of the evolutions hold their value because also they are from a nasty set called Evolving Skies, which if anyone knows what Evolving Skies is, you'll understand the pain and torment that Evolving Skies had. That was the only the Snorlax VMAX was one of the only cards I wanted from the base set Sword and Shield, and I actually managed to pull it. I don't know how that happened, but I just love the artwork. He's just holding a planet, which I thought was quite cute. But that is the end of the blue folder. Next is the red folder, and in this one we're going to get a little bit more up with the rarities now. So basically slowly making its way up. So these sets are primarily going to be potentially not in order if my brain isn't operating: Hidden Fates, Shining Fates, and Paldean Fates. That was in order as well. Yay to me. So these are Hidden Fates. These are like, I guess what you could consider, I call them the baby shinies. I believe that's what they're called for the first two sets. I think Paldean Fates, they changed the name, but I'm going to call them baby shinies throughout. These are what I consider to be like the upgraded holos, which they are very pretty, but as you will be able to tell, I don't have very many, so that's literally it. That is all of my baby shinies. I think my favorite is the Eevee. Eevee is very pretty. And then these are like the GX versions. Again, only have this page and potentially the next page, but we don't have very many. There's not very many of these. They were quite hard to pull. Again, I didn't start collecting until Sword and Shield, and this was Sun and Moon era. So I don't have very many of these. But then we very swiftly go into Shining Fates, where the collection starts to get a little bit bigger. I wasn't a massive fan. I hear some people go that this is one of their favourite sets. I think in terms of like collecting, this set is obviously vast. You have a lot of baby shinies of all the different Pokemon. However, the actual set itself, I wouldn't say is one of my absolute favourites. These are the V versions for Shining Fates, which are very cute. I don't think they're as good as Hidden Fates. I think Hidden Fates is one of my favourites still. And here is the most recent from Scarlet and Violet era, which is Paldean Fates. And there's a lot of them. There is a lot of them. I think that is one of the like worst parts of these different sets, is the amount of baby shinies you have to collect. And some of them are so much more expensive. Like that Mimikyu's quite pricey. I don't have the Pikachu, but he's quite pricey. The Charizard line of the first two, very expensive. Some of them though are quite good priced, which is all right, which isn't too bad. And then we've got the EX versions. As you can tell, they all change throughout. I think these are quite cute. These are better, in my opinion, than Shining Fates. And then we're going to go into Miscellaneous again. It's like I said, this is all over the place. I can't really explain how this happened, but I can't really organize them. These are different cards and promos from a vast variety of sets. Most of what you see here is celebrations, so that's quite easy. And then you go into like more celebrations. You've got some football ones. You've got Pokemon Go. I don't even know what these are classed as, but these are here. Then we go into Ace Specs, which primarily started in, again, the Scarlet and Violet era. Some people swear by these that they're absolutely stunning. I think they're mid. If I'm completely honest, I don't like them that much. They're okay. These are, God, what are these called? Amazing Rares, I believe. I call them rainbow cards. They're not called rainbow cards, but I call them rainbow cards. And these were from Sword and Shield era. These are just some pretty artworks I like. These don't really fit here. And additionally, I do have other cards that I was meant to add to this folder. I believe this might fit on this page somewhere, so I might just slot this in. I got this Worlds card, which has got Pikachu and Mew on it. I don't fully know where this would go in the folder, but at this point in time, he's gonna just slide very swiftly into there. And he's just gonna stay there now because I can't be asked to put him anywhere else right now. Right, next page. I don't really know what these are, if I'm honest. I just thought they were quite cute. I believe they have got a specific name and set that they come from. Obviously, if you know, feel free to leave in the comments. But these are like, I don't even know if they're holos. I think they are holos, but some are reverses. So that's a reverse, and the rest I think are holos. I believe this is probably like XY Sun and Moon era, but again, not too sure. Miscellaneous again, these are very random. So for some reason the Cracked Ice Ninetales is here but not the Charizard. Don't ask me why, I don't understand either. The Groudon's here on his own and not in the other set. Don't ask why, I don't know either. I got these four together, which are basically like the tag team trainers. The actual full art trainers of these are stunning. I wish I had that one. That's my chase and so's that one. Not too fussed about them, and obviously that one's unobtainable as well. These cards are pretty nice. These basically are like fancy energies from the Japanese sets. I've got the Sudowoodo one, as you can see on Fighting, but there are others. And this you may think, oh, this looks quite cool. It's not actually a gold, like proper card. And the reason why I'm being so rough with it is because it is metal. It's a metal card. So I think you can get a Mew and you can also get a different type of card. But as you can see, it is metal. It is official Pokemon, but it's just a metal version. I will pop that back later because I cannot be bothered to try and put that back in now. And then we go into what I call, I don't like these cards. I don't mind these ones. Again, these were Scarlet and Violet era, but I feel like there's way too much going on these cards. There's a couple that are cute, like that one's quite cute, that one's quite cute. That's questionable. These two are exactly the same. What pissed me off is one's from Paldean Fates and one's from Paldea Evolved, and they just kind of reuse the artwork. As you can see, there's a very slight difference, but I hate it when they reuse artwork. It annoys me. Just use a different artwork, please. This is an exception. That's quite beautiful. I love the rainbow art on those ones. But in terms of rainbows themselves, not a fan. I don't understand why people like rainbow artwork. I honestly cannot stand it. These are all just shiny ones. I don't know where to put them. Oh, right, okay, so now we're onto the V-Stars. This, again, I believed was, I want to say Sword and Shield era. So I've got a few. Again, some are promos and some are just normal cards you can hit. We've got these ones here. And then we've got some reverses. I just thought these look quite pretty. I feel like the reverses from Sun and Moon era are a lot better than anything else that has come, because like just the shine on them, the artwork, everything's beautiful. This one's gonna take a while. So these are the EXs, which are from Scarlet and Violet era. And there's a shit ton of them. This is basically the subpar card you will pull at the back of a pack if it is not a full art trainer, or if you haven't pulled a secret illustration rare beforehand. Honestly, I think these are mid. I don't think they're that great. A couple of them are very nice. A lot of them, well, I say a lot of them, some of them are quite good with prices in terms of if they're playable. Again, duplications from Paldea Evolved and Paldean Fates, which I am not a fan of. I just don't understand why you would duplicate artwork. I feel like it's very lazy. It's a very lazy way of doing it, if I'm completely honest. And then we come to the very start of the golds. Again, not a fan of golds. I think my favourites are the stadiums, so I'd say I really love these two. Not a big fan of that one. That one's pretty. The Flappy's nice, but the item cards, not a big fan. I'll be honest. They're honestly, these make me feel sick. I don't understand who got this through in terms of like, oh, this is a good colour scheme. why you would put those colours together and then everyone goes, oh, but they're so pretty. They're not. It's disgusting. I hate it. Anyway, I don't want to look at it any longer. That's that folder done. As you can see, this folder is a bit worse for wear. This is basically the folder I will dump shit on top of, so that is why it looks the way it does. But this is the purple folder. So this is the purple folder. Again, it's miscellaneous / kind of really nice cards. Like, for example, I don't collect E-series, but these two are stunning. They're very beautiful cards. I know that's a very pricey card in good condition. I'm aware. It's a very nice card. And why is it in this folder? It doesn't have a space anywhere else. And additionally, neither does this, but it's very cute. I don't think there's much more happening in this folder, if I'm completely honest. There's a bit happening, but not that much. So a couple of basically EX cards. These EX cards, I believe, I want to say is XY era. Could also be black and white. Honestly, if this was the artwork that they were rocking with in Scarlet and Violet era, I would be buying a lot more packs. EX era for XY specifically slaps, and people sleep on it and they don't ever bid on the cards. But these cards are stunning. Like, look at the evolutions, man. They're so nice. But again, I would never pulled any of these. These have all been bought because, again, I got back into Pokemon Sword and Shield era, and X and Y was before Sun and Moon. So it was XY, Sun and Moon, and then Sword and Shield. So I basically had to backtrack and buy most of these. But I just want to pan back to these ones. The Vaporeon, Glaceon, the Umbreon EX. Like, the evolutions are my favourites out of these ones. But yeah, very pretty. I think that was one of the first cards I ever got from XYEX era. And that basically started me off. I got that and I was like, I need to see what other ones they got. And then I was like, oh no, there goes my bank account. God, what would you call these? Ow. Full arts, I believe. Would that be full arts? Full arts from Sun and Moon era. I could be wrong again. I don't know. I really love the Gardevoir though on this one. I've also got a tag team here, but as you can see, there's like worse for wear. It's been bitten and stuff. So some of these cards aren't in great condition, but I love them nevertheless. I love a card that's not in good condition. It costs me less money. GXs are basically the equivalent of, like, I don't know what they'd be the equivalent of, like the full art EX cards maybe. I don't know what these are the equivalent of. I think these were basically some of the hits, like some of the better hits that you could get from Sun and Moon era. If you didn't get, obviously, like a tag team, which, again, tag teams are so beautiful. Like, this artwork, compared to the era we're in at the minute, is on a different level. And I don't understand why they won't go back to it, because it's just so nice. But yeah, that is the raggedy ass purple folder. Now we're getting into more expensive territory. So these are my top 3 folders. Not in particular order, maybe you can decide for yourselves. This is my Pikachu folder. Now in here, you are going to find an absolute haven of trainer cards. And I've got a lot of them. I've still got 2 to add that I'm going to show you at the end, but this will take a little while because I have a habit of buying trainers, and these include, now obviously, as you can see, that's an alt art. That's a secret illustration rare alt art, so you will have to have a look in between to see if you can spot the secret illustration rares. I'm not going to point them out for you. You can see if you can see them. And again, I'm just going to point out now, you may have noticed they're in alphabetical order. No, don't ask. I don't know why I'm the way I am, but they're in alphabetical order. And this is a wide array of sets. I don't know exactly what sets these are from. This is from potential of XY, Sun and Moon, Sword and Shield, Scarlet and Violet. Like, this is all mixed because, again, they are in alphabetical order. All I am going to say is this is Sun and Moon era. These cards here, this specific trainer here. Sun and Moon era, I've got 4 of those throughout. I'll try and point them out if I can remember to point them out. Stunning cards. Absolutely my favourites. There's the second one, Evelyn. Absolutely beautiful. Additionally, just so you don't get too heartbroken and think, oh my god, your luck must be so good with packs, I'll have you know that I did primarily buy a lot of these. My pack luck isn't fantastic, so I have been very slowly buying up the cards. Because again, some of these I did pull, some of these I didn't pull. Lily, that was one of my chases. Just thought any that I point out, and Lady as well, any that I see that I remember I wanted for a very long time, I'll point out and show you. Lux, I got her for a very good price on eBay. I think it was like 15 quid. She's like a 30, potentially higher now amount of money. she's quite expensive. And these are the last two, Nita and Morgan. Yeah, those four are my favorites. Those were like my chase bundle of Sun and Moon cards that I got. She's one of my absolute favorites. I don't know why, I just absolutely love the artwork on Parasol Lady. She's just stunning. It's too much, and as you can tell, we're still going. We only on P. We've got a long way to go. But yeah, I've got a bit of a trainer dungeon, some people have called it, where basically they see me come into streams and they're like, oh god, she's going to buy up all the trainer cards. It's like, well, not necessarily all of them, but any that I don't have that are a pretty decent price, I will definitely try out. But you can let me know how many secret illustration rare / alt arts you've pointed out throughout this, because that one's a very nice card as well. Because there's quite a few in here. There's quite a few. I basically just mixed them up. And these are the ones that I believe, I don't think I'm sorted in. I haven't sorted these ones in yet. So they just stay at the end. And then I have two more that I have not sorted in, which are new, which include the Drasna, who is literally just gonna fucking slide in there because I am not organising that today. I'm not organising that, cannot be bothered. And the Drayton. Just gonna slide him in there. They can just chill there. I just can't be bothered. Alphabetical order, those are both D. I would have to take all of these cards out, and I just can't be bothered. So this is what I'm leaving it with. And that is my Pikachu folder. This is one of my more colourful folders, and you'll be able to see why in a minute, because there is a very nice little selection of cards in here. Illustration rares. That's what I like to call them. I also love the inside of this folder. It's very pretty. But anyway, this is like the collage that you can get from Crown Zenith in completion. I believe in Japanese this sells for a lot more. Don't know why. Never really understood why. But these are the, I don't know what they used to, I call them illustration rares, but I think they were originally called character rares when, or potentially that might be a Japanese term. I don't know. But basically, that's a very rare card. And that's also a very expensive promo, and that's also a very hard secret rare to get from Crown Zenith. Anyway, moving on, sorry. I don't remember what these were called when it was Crown Zenith, because this is when Crown Zenith decided to get more of these types of artworks out, and because people really liked them, even though these were prevalent in, these ones were common in, I want to say Sun and Moon era, not too sure. They became a lot more popular when it came to Sword and Shield's Crown Zenith. And then because of that, and because people really loved them, they continued making them, and now they have them in other sets. Primarily, I think I was able to collect all of the Crown Zenith ones. I think I was quite lucky with that. When it, obviously, they carried on bringing them out, it kind of went a bit downhill after that, because obviously a lot more illustration rares meant it was a lot harder to try and collect them all, let's say. These are the Scarlet and Violet ones because they are the silver border, and again, these are all mixed sets. They are in energy order and in HP order, so again, these are all mixed up. So we've got the reds, the yellows, and so on and so forth. But I don't know which ones I would say is my favourite. I love the Plusle and Minun. I think they're very relatable, and obviously some of these are worth a lot more than others. Again, I don't know whether it be due to pull rates or whether it just be due to the Pokemon. I don't quite understand how some of these go up in price and how some stay the same price. I don't know how the Pokemon world works, so... But there's a lot. I think 151, that was adamant to go up anyway, just because of the fact that, you know, it's 151 and it was a very popular limited time set. So they were bound to go up in price at some point anyway, but I haven't finished all of the illustration rares. I know that one's more expensive. I haven't finished all the illustration rares. I've still got loads to go, but I've still got loads already here, and I'm quite glad of the ones I have already. It may be that in the future I'll try and only collect the ones that I really like the artwork of, because as you can tell, with the fact that we're only on purple, and I haven't got to the other ones yet, it's a lot. It's a lot of money to try and collect all of these. So yes, still going. We're on blue. We're on blue. There's a lot of these, and we still go forth. I may have to stop talking in between this because there's a lot, and we're only. I didn't realize how many I had until I started recording. I was like, oh shit! I think I've gone quite far with this. There's a lot of them, and obviously, like I said, you can slow down the video. You can pause if you want to look at specific artwork, because this is long. We're up to normal, I think, or just halfway through normal. There's just so bloody many of them. I don't know which ones my favourite artworks are, though. I think Plussum and Minim are my favourites so far. That's all of those. And then these are the, Sword and Shield full arts. So these are the cards that I think you get near the back as a hit. I'm not too sure. Again, I've not opened up Sword and Shield for a while. But these ones are very pretty. Again, the ones that tend to hold the most value are the evolutions. I wouldn't be able to tell you for the others. I think the others, if you're lucky, you'll get a couple of quid for them. But obviously, if it's a more popular Pokemon, or ultimately just a more sought after popular set, then chances are they might sell for a little bit more. But again, I'm not a reseller, so it's not really something I think about. It's just, oh, that's a pretty piece of cardboard. How much does it roughly sell for? And I'll see if I can get it under that price. That's primarily what I try and do. But if I was to ever obviously sell these, I would need to find out the values. So that is all of the full arts from Sword and Shield. And then you have Scarlet and Violet, as usual, jumping on the bandwagon with the full arts. I think, honestly, out of both, if I had to pick. Now, there are some, obviously, that I like from here, but I think Sword and Shield full arts were a lot better. I mean, the Dashbun is adorable, don't get me wrong. There are some very cute ones, but ultimately, in terms of card art, I think Sword and Shield won that one, to be honest. So yes, those ones, and then these two up here. And then it's a bit miscellaneous again, but some really nice miscellaneous ones. So these are some of my favourite cards of all time. Now, I don't know if people remember Toys R Us or Build-A-Bear, but I have a lot of the Holo promos for those. So those ones are Toys R Us, Build-A-Bear Workshop with a Game Boy promo in between. Not very good condition, but anyway, doesn't matter. And then some more Toys R Us and Build-A-Bear Workshop. And then these are from the Radiant collection, which basically were like holos or reverses. And honestly, they're absolutely stunning. The artwork on these are beautiful. And then this is like my little side unfinished project of, I wanted to get the Delta species of the Vaporeon, the Jolteon, and the Flareon. So obviously I'm just missing those. I've got the, I believe is this Jungle? It may be Jungle. Again, I don't know the old series that well. These holos are in very bad condition, but again, I have all three of those. And then I wanted to get the dark versions of all of them. And so then when this page is done, it would just be like that. But I haven't done it yet. I'll get onto it. It's a lot of money. And then here we've got some more Radiant collection with a cute little Eevee drawing in the middle. That one's one of my favorites, I think, out of all the Radiant collection cards. I think the Pikachu is my favorite. And then a few more Radiant collection there. A few more Radiant collection there. And then we've got these ones. I can't remember the set at all again. And that's it. That is the end of this bad boy folder. We're nearly done. This is the Scarlet and Violet 151 folder. It's not gonna have the 151 stuff in it. Don't fret though, it has something better. No, well, maybe, depending on how you see it. This has all of my really good cards in it. Now, that's probably gonna be annoying, but we'll try and work on it. So these are the V cards. These, again, I think were primarily Sword and Shield era, I believe. a lot of these. And again, these ones will have like the more expensive prices for these ones. So that basically the value of these will go up depending on which cards they are again. Not very many of them, but anyway. The VMAX versions, I think some of these are my favourites. Like, I love the Zeraora, I love the Mimikyu, so pretty. The Sylveon VMAX and the Umbreon VMAX, like, these artworks are just beautiful. I've got a page of V-Star ones, which aren't as many, but some of them are quite pricey. Some of them are quite pricey now. And some of them I managed to pull. I couldn't believe I pulled that. I've managed to pull these two. I don't know how I did it, but I was quite proud of that. And then these are the EXs, or the Secret Illustration Rares of the sets. Some of these, again, are more pricey than others. The 151s, like this one, and the Venusaur are a bit more expensive now. The Gardevoir EX was the one I wanted the most. I was so happy I pulled that one. And the Gardevoir over here for base Scarlet and Violet. I was so happy when I pulled them. I, funnily enough, bought the Gardevoir EX and then ended up pulling it anyway. So that was a bit annoying. These ones are the more expensive. So obviously these are the same, basically. But the Sword and Shield ones are worth more, I believe. I could be wrong. I know for a fact, though, that on this page is one of the most expensive cards that I have. And you can hazard a guess in the comments, if you like, which one you think that might be. Based on the actual, like, how the card looks, though, it might not get as much as near mint. But you can have a guess and tell me which one on that page you think is the most expensive. As a little game. But I got a couple of these, like, not loads, but still a fair few. That was a surprise. I thought we were carrying on, but apparently we're going straight into EXs. Now, these arts are the ones I said were slept on. These arts are absolutely stunning. I do not understand how people don't get on board and buying these. There's a few people who know and they'll buy for the price that they're worth, and then others who will just don't know. They just don't know this artwork, and it's just, oh, they're beautiful. Like the Glaceon and the Umbreon. Absolutely stunning. So pretty. But yeah, I would love to get a few more of these. Again, more things I want to buy. The tag teams for the GXs. Again, some of these, if they are alternative versions of the artworks, sell for quite a bit of money. Some of these are like base. Like that one, for example, would be base 1. But the rest of these are quite expensive. They're quite expensive. Like the Mewtwo GX, that one's quite a pricey one. That one is one of my absolute favourites. I absolutely love that one. It's just so cute. It's just adorable. I love it. I might do a close-up of that one later if I remember. So these three at the top, these three and this one are the promos from some sort of, I don't know what it was. I had to buy the cards. I don't know what they're from. But these are honestly, the artworks cannot be matched. They're so good. They're not meant to be there. Ignore that. It's fine. But we'll just leave those ones there. You got the Flareon. These, again, are like, those three at the top are like Radiant Collection. Just Gardevoir, really. Again, can't remember the sets. You can see a massive crease through that one. That's fine. I don't care about the creases. I got that one for like £3, but it's worth over that. Even with crease, I think it's worth over that. Some more Radiant Collection. Oops. More Radiant Collection. Look, the Radiant Collection, honestly, beautiful. That Mew, absolutely stunning. Again, these are more artworks of cards that I don't really know what sets they're from, what they do. I think they're primarily promos from different boxes, but again, I can't remember what all these cards are, where they came from. I just know I bought them all. Primarily, I think these are all promos from boxes, but again, absolutely beautiful cards. And what else have we got? Oh dear, I just spotted what the end was, and this is what we're going to be ending on, for Christ's sake. And then we've got the EX versions of, like, I guess these are like the secondary EX versions. I don't know what these ones are graded as. Like half arts, I believe they're called. I believe these are called half arts, and these are like the full art versions with the Japanese text across. which honestly are very pretty. I really love the Gardevoirs. I think I went out of my way to try and get all of the Gardevoirs, and that was it. That was it, basically. We got that one. One page of the book I did forget to film, so I'm filming it now as I'm editing, is these Holos. I am missing two, which is the Eevee and the Umbreon, but all I'm going to say is, if you know, you know. They look very pretty, they're not very cheap. And then we got my personal favourite to end on. This is my David Tennant shrine. This is my guilty pleasure. So it's not even guilty. It's not even a guilty pleasure. It's just something I do. I'm not guilty. I think most people who know me know I have an unhealthy obsession with the man. But yeah, I've basically just gone around eBay and just tried to get every single David Tennant card. But to be fair, some of these I did have from when I was a kid, so I can't remember which one it was. I think it was this one I had when I was a kid, and I've just basically just added to my collection. But yeah, it's a small shrine. It's not that big of a shrine. It's like a few pages. It's not that bad. These are match attacks, I believe, which I, again, don't know much about football, but they are primarily meant to be football cards. And then these two, funnily enough, are Magic the Gathering. And the saddest cards in the entire thing. The latest card I have for my V's, which is the Glaring Rapidash. So I think I will leave it there, or maybe I'll just leave it on the David Tennant Farewell, because it's ironically... Just pop that there. But thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed that, make sure to give you a thumbs up, and leave in the comments anything else you'd like me to make. And I shall see you later, YouTube. Farewell!